ఫర్ మీ లైక్ పర్సనల్ నేను చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి తెలుగు మూవీస్ చాలా చూసిన. And Venkatesh has been like one of my like very favorite. And నీకు in early in career I'm like ఎప్పుడైనా ఆయన దొరికితే అసలు నాకు ఏం మాట్లాడాలో కూడా నాకు తెలీదు. బట్ స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి like in starting of your career only you got to work with him. And ఇప్పటిదాకా I'm not being a very bad critic, but ఇప్పటిదాకా వచ్చిన వెంకటేష్ మూవీస్ నాకు ఫుల్ సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ ఏమి ఇవ్వలేదు. And truly not because you are here 75th film అయినా కానీ I think maybe he chose something interesting and you're working with him. Tell only any one nice thing, not in the set or like working with him atlante experience cheppaledu.
Please don't make him a psychopath.
No see Saindhav very interestingly it unfolded bro chala ante nen Venki sir tho pan chestanu asalu ankola to be very honest, because in my mind he was this క్లీన్ షేవెన్ గై హూస్ డూయింగ్ ఫిల్మ్స్ లైక్ F3 and F2 నైస్ మంచి కామెడీ ఫిల్మ్స్ చేసుకుంటున్నారు కదా, మనం రాసుకున్న స్టోరీస్లో ఎక్కడ ఫిట్ అవుతారు అన్న ఇంటెన్షన్లోనే ఉండే. సో వెన్ హీ వాజ్ హిట్ టు మై ప్రొడ్యూసర్ వెంకట్ బోయినపల్లి, హీ మెసేజ్ మీ సేయింగ్ గో అండ్ మీట్ వెంకీ సార్ వన్స్, హీడ్ బీన్ ఆస్కింగ్ ఫర్ యూ a couple of times, it'll be nice to go and say hi to him, take his blessings. So I went to him and I went and thinking okay, even if he says, if there is a, generally the practice is they say if there is anything just tell, we'll tell okay fine and then we'll come off. This is the general practice, right? If you really want to work with the guy you will go and pitch something. If you don't also we'll say or cool and we'll come off, no, to be polite. So I was actually wanting to do that. Went inside and I saw this guy sitting with a beard, full on rugged look. He's unlike the Venki that I have ever seen before. He gets up, he comes and is like, hey man, and then cool style, he hugs me and then he makes me sit, and we started talking about random things, right? Very random, like taste for films, and it was like this, like the session that we are having right now, it was pretty much like this, me taking like except that I was on the other side, like sinking into his experience, and how does he perceive life, how does he perceive friendships, and all very very generalized things we were talking, at the end of which we felt connected at some level. There was some kind of connection between us, okay? Then I really started considering that I have to pitch something to him, but it would be bad for me to go and pitch it, because it would be like capitalizing on the maybe he just called me genuinely to appreciate me for my work and send me away, and I didn't feel that it's the right thing to pitch something to him, so I kept quiet. I went off. After a week he called me and said come let's catch up, and then I went back again, and in that meeting slowly he said, my associate was with me sitting next to me, and Ram, and he spoke to me, what Ram, Sailesh is not going to narrate anything to me or what? I was like, what the hell? Oh my God. Then his sir says, I didn't know if it was right for me to ask you or not, but I, then he said, yeah, if there is anything interesting, tell me, man. Like, I would love to work with you. Then I said, just give me a week's time. So he was going to US at that time. He said, I'll go to US now for a week. I'll come back and give you a call. He comes back from the airport, he called me. Oh. He's like, Sailesh, come home. I said, okay, sir, I'm coming. Then I went off, and a 40-minute narration we had of Saindhav. 40-45 minutes I narrated, and he got up, hugged me and said this was the 75th film that I was waiting for.
Sweet.
And that was kind of unbelievable. And when I called my producer and said he's okayed the film, man, he's like, what are you saying? Because he's apparently heard a lot of scripts.
Okay.
For a 75th, he had heard a lot of scripts, because any young filmmaker or any filmmaker I'm meeting and I'm telling him that I'm doing, I also pitched something to him. I'm like, oh my God, he's listening to so many scripts, and it's kind of unbelievable that he picked me and my script, and it still goes over my head, like how all that happened. And then the Suresh Babu's meeting happened. And lot of people want me saying, Suresh Babu sir is very difficult to please, man. I'm sure at least a 6-7 month process will be there. And I was prepared for it. I'm like, I'm sure with that kind of experience, he will ask sensible questions only. So I went to him. He heard the script, and in one sitting, he also okayed the script in one meeting. I'm like, oh, wait, what's happening? So immediately the scheduling was done. So hit released on December 2nd, no? March 24th, I started shooting for Saindhav. So I only had like literally 2 to 3 months time to do pre-production for this and go to shoot. So it happened that fast. So
Nice.
I think both Venki sir and I believe that it was destined to happen.
Yeah.
And the filming also was so smooth. We were very clear about what we want to make.
Yeah.
And it was raining like crazy whenever we were shooting, but still the shoot never stopped. Somehow it added to our film. So rain became a part of our film. You know what I mean? Like we used rain in our film. The real rain we have used so many times in our film. We never had to stop the shoot. Luckily, it would be raining. On the same day, we would have actually planned a rain shot.
Okay.
Chalo, it's raining. Let's do it in the real rain and finish off the shoot. So it was like that. So it seemed almost like there was some force which was, you know, which had its blessing on us, and we completed the film, you know, very nicely. And it's fun working with Venki sir, man.
Naice, man.
Crazy.
ఆ ఫస్ట్ టీజర్ చూసినప్పుడు కూడా వైబ్ చెక్ అర్థమైపోయింది అది.
It's a very emotional
Sports
action
లో.
film. There's a lot of layers of emotion. Sorry. There's a lot of layers of emotion on the action that you see. The teaser lo chupinchindi, it's just there's a vibe of the film, but there's a lot of emotions that will drive that action.
Oh, nice.
I believe action has to be coupled with emotion. That's when it reaches
Yeah.
you know the audience in a much better way. So
Man, but you have manifested your life, dude.